What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. This is Swizzle Cuts. This is the first video for my channel. I basically wanted to show you guys, most of you beginning barbers and students and people that may be interested in barbering, some of the tools that I use on a daily basis. Um, Give you some of the pros and cons about them and whatnot. This is my first video, so excuse me if I stumble over some words. The video's being shot on my LG V10. Should be pretty decent quality, but as I go along and do more tutorials and videos, I promise you the quality will get better. So, take what you can from this. Let me know what I should do better in the comments. Any questions about anything? I've become pretty knowledgeable over the years. I've been cutting since '97. Um, and I guess I'll get started showing you guys some of my stuff. First thing I want to show you guys is the workhorse of the barber industry. This is probably the most powerful clipper that they make. I mean, it cuts through everything. Animal hair, wet hair, long hair, short hair. They are the Auster Classic 76s, and you will see them in pretty much every barbershop you go to. Now, give you the pros on these. The cons are they are not adjustable. That's one. Two is they're very expensive. Uh, if you get these from the beauty supply store or brand new, they come with maybe one or two blades and they're about $160, something like that. All right, and that's just the beginning because, like I said, these are not adjustable. You have to buy metal blades for them, which I have here a whole set. These blades are about $25 to $30 a piece. All right, and my whole set consists of 3 3/4 to start. That's like 13 millimeters, all the way down to a 5/0, which is surgical balding. So I use this a lot to save my trimmers. But like I said, they can be very expensive. They don't get very hot. They have a rotary blade, which is basically like a generator. It keeps spinning. It's consistent. It's not like a magnetic blade where you get fluctuations. It's once it's on, it's on. It gives you a very smooth overall cut. And these are my most recent addition, thanks to 360 Jeezy and Chris Basio, because they swear by fast feeds. Um, the fast feeds are pretty good. They're what's called a pivot motor, which means there's a generator down here spinning this way, and they are attached to like a lever that goes up and down, and they don't get hot because the I guess the action is spread out over so many parts, but they cut a lot slower than a magnetic motor or a rotary motor. I mean, you can tell how slow they cut by watching the blade and listening to the sound. But the good thing about that is when you're fading, you don't take off too much. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to accidentally mess up with these. So if you're a student or a beginner, I would definitely recommend the fast feeds because I mean, every chance you have to not mess up, you should take as a beginner, and these are probably the best beginner clippers. They also they power through hair, coarse hair, but they do struggle with like long, thin hair. It clogs them up sometimes. But overall, these are the best, I would say, for beginners. These are the Auster T finishers. These are also a pivot motor, and they power through hair as well, just like the fast feeds, but these are ideal for balding. If you want to get a set of trimmers that you just want to use for balding, these are your go-tos. I actually don't have these zero gapped because I use them on babies and kids and old people. So these are the only ones I really have factory set. I received these in 1997 from a friend of mine in the Marine Corps that used to cut everybody's hair, and he was changing duty stations. And I was like, man, who's going to cut my hair now? And he was like, well, I'll teach you how, and I'll give you these to start, so you can keep your shape up at least. So I've had these since 97. They still run like a champ. Shout out to my boy Perry, my, I guess my original mentor and starter of my clipper collection. These are my favorites sometimes because these are the Wall 5-star seniors. They are excellent for fading, mostly because of Wall's blade system. See, Wall includes a half blade, which is 1/16 of an inch, something like that, and a 1.5 blade, which fills the gap between the one and the two guards. So it makes your transition when you're fading so much smoother just because of those two extra guards. But these aren't as heavy as they look. They're lighter than the Masters, so your arm doesn't get as tired. But I do like these a lot. These, they say tattoo on them. These were originally a gift from someone. They were the Wall tattoos, which they're used for designs and such. They only have like 4 teeth on them, so you use it like a pencil. But I hated the way these things worked, so I threw a TY blade on there and adjusted the power spring, and they hit super hard, man. These things they're perfectly zero gap. They hit so crispy. I mean, they look really cheap because of the plastic housing, but these are probably my best hitting trimmers. Now to Old Faithful, staple in the barber community, the Andis Masters. They literally haven't changed since they came out so many years ago. Uh, I've had these since I can remember, since I started cutting hair. And these are excellent for beginners because they're sturdy. I mean, you can drop, they're all metal. You can drop them and you won't break anything. And also, they have these notches on the side. And these notches, I think they're a millimeter apart. So even if you don't have a fading system down yet, as an established barber or whatever, you can start from a bald line and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and start out fading that way. Throw a guard on, same thing, keep going, and have a decent fade. Without having a system. I'll talk about systems later because there's several systems. Most of them you'll develop your own system on repetition, I guess, but it helps to have a starting point. These are another set of Masters that I painted with auto paint, and I like to have a couple sets on hand because they get hot pretty quick. That's the only con about them, and they're heavy. These also there's a little notch that goes right here. I guess, let me see if I can show you on these. See a little notch right there? Now, if you're worried about zero gap in these, what you can do is you can file that notch down right there, which is what I did here. So when you push the lever back, there's nothing to hold that top blade, so you can get all the way zero gap with these. I'll do a video on how to do that one day soon, coming too as well. Like I said, Masters, another pair of clippers you will not go to a barber shop and not see. Every barber has one pretty much. This is another set of custom painted ones I did. I call these my Iron Mans because they're burgundy and gold. And my trimmers, my everyday trimmers, are the Andis T Outliners. Now these, I have the tops cut off. You may have seen some people say, oh, they run cooler, they hit harder. That's not really true. The reason I chop them is because with that plastic out of the way up there, when you're doing a shape up, you can see where the blade is touching the skin. Also, when you're going around ears, with these, there's no housing to get in the way. So you don't, a lot of times you don't even have to pull the ear back. So that's why I use these this way. And again, part 2 to my Iron Man set, burgundy and gold. But yeah, these are the ones I use every day, all day. And like I said, it's just because of the ease getting around ears, getting up under the nose for mustaches. These are so much easier. It's just you can see more of the blade without the housing in the way. And lastly, my shaver shapers by Wall. They have the super close screen on them right now, and it gets as close as a razor does. And this is for, really balding out big areas. I use it for, or if somebody can't take a razor on their skin, I'll use these. But yeah, that's that. These I just got today. These are the Wall Premium clipper guards. They are made of ground glass and plastic, and they have a metal clip on the back which retains them better on your clippers. You don't have to worry about them falling off, and they last so much longer. Thing about these is that half guard and that 1.5 I was telling you about earlier, these two, you have to buy these separately. They do not come with the set or the caddy. Yep, you got to get these separately. I guess they're about $6 a piece, I want to say. And you can get the whole set maybe for 30, 35 bucks. And finally, this is the end of the video, my purple magnetic guards by Andis. If you can find the double magnetic ones, get them, because they are hard to find now. And they stay on your fast feeds and your masters so much better. I mean, you don't have to worry about them going anywhere. The single ones, they feel like they may come off, And this one red Speedo guide I use, you see that 1.5 right there? This is the 0 Speedo guide, and it fits right between the number 1 and the number 2 in the purple magnetic guard. So it's kind of like the 1.5 for the walls, and it makes, like when you're doing a stretch fade, it makes it the blend so much cleaner, just having this to meet where the 1 and the 2, where there's a gap in there. This fills that gap. So I keep that guy with those, and you will find it helpful. Like I said, this video is a little long, and I know I've been a little here and there with everything, but if you have any questions, man, about clippers, about becoming a barber, drop it in the comments, and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. Like I said, also, the videos will get better. I'll be doing tutorials and unboxings and giveaways. So subscribe so you can stay tuned, stay up to date with what I'm doing. And look out for more videos. I plan to drop 1 or 2 a week. Oh, and real quick, shout out to Chris Bossio and Tomb Squad. This is Tomb 45 shave gel made by barbers for barbers. This stuff is great. It glides so much better than anything I've ever used. I used to use just plain aloe vera gel for razor shaves. But this stuff is wonderful. You can get it at tomb45.com. Tomb45.com. And love this stuff. Again, thanks. Shout out to Chris Bossio. And hope you guys found this helpful. If you're trying to become a barber or are in school to become a barber, like I said, you got any questions about anything, drop it in the comments, and hit subscribe, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, I prefer you didn't say anything, but that's fine. Stay tuned for more videos coming, tutorials and giveaways. Your boy Swizzle Cuts. Thanks.